Welcome back to another episode of me not knowing what I'm doing with my life. In today's episode, we are going to be making dinner as I talk to you about the ups and downs of my day-to-day life, I guess. So, let's get started. Today we're going to be making some healthier version of a double cheeseburger and fries. So let's do that. You guys get a free recipe as part of watching this video. Congratulations. Right, so this week has kind of been a little bit of a whirlwind because as of, let's say, Sunday, I did not make any new sales from the previous week before that whatsoever. And so I actually had 2 people that were on their free trials. They ended up dropping out during that week. And so not only did I not gain any, the people that I thought were gonna gain, they left. And so I was really down. I didn't see any growth in the business whatsoever. And all of my ideas and the plans that I had, especially for a lot of spending, and I'm in a very heavy growth phase. That's really the only thing I'm focused on right now. Just because it is that time of year. If you guys don't know, I run a health and fitness online platform. And so obviously we're at the time where it's Christmas time, New Year's resolutions are coming up. This is the perfect time where I really gotta lock in and grow while it's the easiest room for growth for the business right now. So the past few months were more product / growth. I was making sure everything was lined up. Everybody was having a good experience. Now that I had that process kind of systemized, it was really all about just paid ads and agencies getting me leads and paying for those leads. It's really just a heavy growth phase. Shout out this cool cinematic shot. I saw somebody do this on a vlog and I was like, I want to try it out. That was kind of cool. Hopefully it shows up well on camera. Anywho, we're going with our burger meat, which is going to be 93% lean ground turkey. So I'm getting out a pound of that. And I'm also going to go with, I like pepper jack cheese, so we're just going to be going pepper jack. It's not fat free, but you can use fat free to make it even healthier. Got a little bit of that. Grab a tomato. I also got, let's close that up. Head of lettuce right here, and of course onion. I'm a big fan of spice as well, so I'm gonna be hitting it with a little bit of hot sauce and maybe a mix of a hot sauce and barbecue. So I'm gonna go barbecue mixed with, where's my habanero hot sauce? I don't know, I lost it. Oh, it's back there. And my habanero hot sauce. Right, so the mental shift I made was 2 things. The first was that in my mind, I had a hard time justifying my price. And so I knew it was good. I knew I have a good product, but I had nothing to compare it really to. I knew a friend of mine who is in a similar space, he doesn't provide as much value, I think, as I do. And he was priced a little bit lower. So I had a general idea of where the pricing should be, but for me, like, he's been doing it a little bit longer, more experience. It figures that he's probably gonna be at a higher price point than me, but I thought I added more value than he could. Anyway, the switch that I had to make was getting myself comfortable with validating mentally the price of the thing that I'm selling. And so obviously I want to attract good, high quality clients. Those are the ones that typically pay better, and I've been finding the ones that pay are the ones that stick to the plans, especially since it's a service-based business. They stick to the plans much better than the clients who don't pay. And so it's a win-win for everybody if they're gonna pay more and get more results, as opposed to pay a certain amount of money and not get any results. Right, so the mental shift, the second part of that, is that it doesn't matter how I feel about a certain situation. I need an income, I need money, I need to find a way to just get it done. And I have business ethics, I have morals, so I'm not gonna be scamming people to get that money. But I shouldn't say but, it's more like and, because I'm not going against that. I'm not changing my morals or standards for anybody, that's a fact. And I should be willing to find a way to explain to the customer and make it known the value that is my program. And part of that was anchoring my price against the going rate and literally saying flat out when they ask, well, what's about pricing? That's usually the last part. That's the closing part when they ask. I'm like, do you have any more questions? Like, yeah, well, I guess we should discuss pricing. And I say, well, the going rate is $500 a month. I'm super pleased to announce that you actually called it a great time. It's during our Christmas season. And so we're actually offering that 20% discount for, for your lifetime if you get in now. And so directly anchoring that price point and then explaining previously in the sales call all the things that we offer that, is better than other companies, not in a direct way. That's a whole different conversation. But I've already previously explained that. And then they see that value with a discounted price from the going rate. They're more inclined to believe that and see the value that's actually true for my business, because I do believe it's a better product. And I do believe that my price point now is very, very competitive, very good. So I do believe it's a win-win for the client and myself and the business, win-win-win, and I'm just doing a better job explaining that. And the actual moment that happened was when I realized that, shit, it doesn't matter. I need to make money. I need to just explain this. Was student loans starting to kick in. I got an email and it was like, yo, you missed your last payment. And I was like, shit. And I clicked on it and it was much more than I expected. And I'm like, yo, if I need to grow, I need to grow fast, because this is a big expense now that's added that I totally forgot about now with all that stuff resuming. So I realized, I'm like, dude, I need to make sales. Like, this is a living. This isn't no fucking game anymore. This isn't just like, oh, you're just learning and this and that. Yeah, I'm learning, but shit, you better make that learning worth it as quick as possible and as efficiently as possible, because I don't want to lose it, of course. I don't want to make a shitty product. If you go as quickly as possible, you're not going to be able to service the customers that you bring in. They're going to get a bad reputation of you. You're going to lose clients in the long term. Nobody wants that. But we should be learning pretty quickly and making some money so we can pay some bills. All right, so continuing with this recipe, we got some of our seasonings here. We're gonna put on our burger. The way I'm gonna do this is, I got this cool salt, smoked bacon flavored. So, dude, bacon burger, shit, it's good flavor. That's gonna be my salt, do a little garlic powder. I like paprika, it gives it a good smokiness. This with the bacon, it's gonna be great. And of course, a little bit of pepper. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm actually gonna be throwing these thinly sliced onions onto the pan first, throwing the burger on top of it, creating like a good onion smash burger. But the burger's gonna be seasoned beforehand. Now I'll kind of speed run through this, but basically I wanna create 2 double cheeseburgers with this 93.7 lean ground turkey. We're gonna be doing that simply cutting up into 4s. It's literally 4 equal-ish slices, whatever. I'll be mashing it up a little bit with my hands, because I don't want that see how they have lines on it? I'm gonna be teaching you a good cooking lesson here. I love cooking, by the way, if you guys don't know that. So anyways, see these lines here? If you cook the burger just like that and you smash it down, when you're eating the burger, it's gonna retain those lines and you're gonna get strings, and that's not a burger, that's strings of meat. So you wanna at least mash it up a little bit in our hands. And then the key to a good burger, whenever you cook burgers, they always shrink up and ball up almost So the key is you want a flat burger to start with, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna press the middle with your fingers like this, creating almost like a little crater in the center. And by the time you end up cooking it, what happens is this crater fills out and it actually balls up into a normal burger that's flat, which is what we want. We don't want a circular burger. In terms of a spherical, obviously we want a circle burger, but not a sphere burger. We want a flat circle. So that's why you press it in with your palm. Right, so our seasonings. As I'm doing this, it's simple. Honestly, I'm not even gonna go both sides. I'm just gonna sprinkle this paprika on it. I'm not too worried about combining everything together. It's the same thing, whatever. Anyways, as you're cooking, I'm gonna explain how to cook the burger. So I'm not gonna show you directly. That'd be boring and watching meat cook on a pan. But as you're cooking it, what you wanna do is you want the pan to be hot. And so I'm using a stainless steel pan, which get really hot. Have you ever seen those metal pans that are silver, stainless steel? They get really, really hot. And so the key there is actually, I put it at medium-high heat, about a 6.5 to 7 maybe. And the key is you want the pan hot because that's gonna really char up the outsides of the burger and keep the center nice and moist. If you slow cook it and it's not hot enough, you're gonna get more of a meatloaf texture, and that's not what we're looking for in a burger. We want a char with a good juicy, not bloody, but kind of bloody center. That's the key to your burgers. So we got those on. Like I mentioned before, we're gonna be throwing on our thinly sliced onions right onto, and I'll probably actually even chop these up a little bit so it'll be nice and tender. Right, so the burger's almost done. I'm just using bread because I don't have any more burger buns, but these are gonna be my buns. Low calories, same shit. All right, so sauce. We'll be hitting it with, actually first, let's go with barbecue sauce just so I don't overload it with the other stuff. Hitting it both sides, a little bit of barbecue, both sides. We're gonna be going a little bit of our habanero right around it, both sides. It's really hot, so not too much. Sorry if you guys can't hear me, but got shit cooking. Burger's almost done. Then, what you want to do too is you don't want to put both the cheese and the tomato on top of each other. They slide, and then the whole thing just gets like when you're eating it. You bite down, the whole thing slides around on you. I hate that. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. So you never put cheese and tomato on top of each other. So we're gonna be going lettuce, tomato. Let's go on both sides, whatever. And then put the tomato. I'm gonna use this as the bottom because it's got that crust in the bottom. That'll be better. So we're putting our tomato on the bottom there. Then the burgers go on. Then the cheese, and then it's topped with that lettuce for the crunch on top as well. But yeah, never put the cheese and tomato like that. It's gonna go. We don't want that. So I'm actually gonna wait for the burgers to come out. One burger, cheese, another burger, maybe another cheese, top it, done. And then our fries are almost done. Raw, that's that. If you're wondering why it might look a little bit discolored, it's because it's ground turkey, not ground beef. Ground beef would be a slightly darker, but we see the onions are caramelized on there. So I'm actually going with the largest one first. And then cheese. Raw it down. Damn, that's gonna be thick. I'm just gonna do one at a time. I don't know. Yeah, there's no way I'll be eating a double. That'd be that high. We're gonna go one at a time. And then I'll just eat the other two patties on its own. That's how it's gonna go. Shit. Right, so the fries are done out of the air fryer, nice and golden. We're pulling them on. That's only half the fries. There's a whole nother basket in them, and obviously I got the whole nother burgers chilling on a separate plate. So these are nice and they look coated with oil, which is just the spray oil. But if they're not, I'll give it like another spritz really quick, just so that the salt sticks to it. I'm still going in with my smoked bacon. You guys can go with like Creole seasoning, whatever you want, whatever kind of flavors you're feeling, but I just like this smoked bacon right there. So that's the burgers and fry meal right there. I'm just gonna do a quick thumbnail. Okay, cool. Right, so I've got my gin still cooking over there. Not cooking, but right, so I've got my gin still sipping on it there. Burgers, fries, throwing a little bit of YouTube. That's gonna be it for the night. I also got my candle. Big candle guy. I don't know if you guys can see that. I like candles a lot. My candle. It's good. Nice chill evening on a Wednesday night. Lately on YouTube, I've just been watching business stuff. I like to learn. That's what I realized. When I'm on YouTube, that's good. I don't like to waste my time on random like Mr. Beast stuff or just funny videos. I'm usually watching something that'll help me learn. So some sort of training techniques or training influencer that might throw in a technique and I might learn something. Business stuff. Alex Hormozy, shout out to GOAT. Other smaller YouTubers that are providing some good value to me. So anyways, hopefully I can be a part of that one day, providing y'all value in the education space. But for now, I'm just a dude eating homemade burgers and fries on Wednesday. Whew, I had a good workout this morning. Now we're back. We got our meal. You guys saw me just cook that up. But for today, we've got some big news happening today. So I'm going to slightly change the business model a little bit. What this means is that I am noticing that there are certain things that I do consistently that with some clients, they succeed more than others. And so I'm doing specific things with different clients based on pricing. And I'd split it up to have like 3 different pricing structures, like tiers, so that, you know, the highest pricing gets, you know, the most service from me. But I'm realizing that I don't even think that's a great idea, because the people that are only paying half, they get like half the service and they're only seeing like half the results. And so I'd rather make the top tier service so insanely good and so insanely valuable that people are more enticed to do that one, and they're gonna see the most results, so they're gonna be happier with it in the long run as well. So I think I'm gonna be taking away the pricing structure, just have my one base set price and just make that as best as possible. And then basically what I'm gonna do is, instead of it just being like personal training or fitness, it's gonna be a mixture between coaching, like education, and the training all in one, combined together. And so I was thinking about this too. I'm like, all right, when I'm teaching my clients how to lose weight and how to achieve their goals, they're gonna need to learn the processes of fitness in general. And who else does that? Trainers. If you're looking for a trainer, they have to go through this whole process so they know what to do. And likely all these trainers have done it themselves, and that's why they're in shape and why they're becoming trainers. And so basically, if I can make my clients into quote unquote trainers, obviously not gonna be trainers, but if I follow the process of how to get someone from being a newbie to being a trainer, they're likely gonna be very, very fit, because they know everything about training. And so I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing for the business, for each client. That's gonna be a part of that top tier program, where it's like basically combining to not just PT anymore. It's gonna be coaching slash PT. And I think that's more valuable, because when you're thinking about like a coaching, like if I were to make an ad and my business model were to be running around coaching trainers specifically, that would be a higher price, and it'd be different than just like the workout plans and all that stuff. So if I combine the two of them at that higher price, I think it's a win-win. And it's a win for the client, because they're gonna see more results, so they're likely to stay on longer. It's a win for me, because it makes it easier for me to teach, and I have to do it anyway for trainers, so I might as well just do it for clients as well. And I think it'll be easier on my end to know that they're well equipped to achieving all of their goals, because I've kind of exhausted all of that possibility. I don't know, we'll test it out. I'm gonna build it out today. That's basically what's on the agenda for today. One of the perks of having my business 100% online is that I get to work outside from home whenever it's warm out. So it's December 22nd and it was 70 degrees here today. The sun kind of like dipped away a little bit, but yeah, it was beautiful out. So I've been working outside the past few hours, making some solid progress. I even, pro tip, if you guys are ever wondering about like how to really find the nuances of all of your little like onboarding process or steps like that, just talk to your parents, because they're always just like, they act almost the most clueless of any client that you'll ever have for whatever reason. Maybe it's that they just don't believe you or things like that. They're less inclined. I don't know what it is, but your parents always ask questions like, what do you mean by that? I don't get this. What does that mean? And it might be annoying at first, but then you can literally use their questions to answer it and then write it down as part of that process, because other clients might have those same questions. So they'll be the ones, your parents will be the ones that'll ask you the most questions about the littlest shit too, but it'll at least cover all your bases. Even if a client has like one question that's on a nuance, you'll have the answer for it.